Good morning to one and all. Today my demo topic is urinary system, internal structure of a kidney and nephron.
First of all, let us start learning about kidneys. Kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped reddish-brown structures. Kidneys are present in the abdominal cavity and are attached to dorsal body wall, one on either side of the backbone. The position of the right kidney is lower than the left kidney due to the presence of liver above. The size of the kidney is 10 centimeters in length, 5 to 6 centimeters in breadth and 4 centimeters in thickness. Now let us label the urinary system and know about the parts of urinary system. The inner side of each kidney has a fissure or ileum for the entry of a renal artery, exit of renal vein and an ureter. Renal artery brings oxygenated blood loaded with waste products and renal vein carries deoxygenated blood. Ureters are the pair of whitish narrow, distensible and muscular tubes of 30 centimeters length. Each ureter arises from ileus of the kidney. It moves downwards and obliquely opens into the urinary bladder. Ureter carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. The movement of urine in the ureter is through peristaltic movement. Urinary bladder. It is a median pear-shaped and distensible sac. Urinary bladder is situated in the pelvic region on the ventral side of the rectum in the abdomen. Urinary bladder stores urine brought up by two ureters, and the storage capacity of urinary bladder is 300 to 800 ml. Urethra. It is a tube that takes urine from urinary bladder to outside. The opening of urinary bladder into urethra is guarded by a ring of muscles or sphincters. Now let us start learning about internal structure of kidney. The kidney shows two distinct regions. Dark colored outer zone of the kidney is called the cortex and the pale inner zone in internal kidney is called medulla. Each kidney is made up of approximately more than 1.3 to 1.8 million microscopic and thin tubular functional units called nephrons or uniferous tubules. Structure of a nephron. Nephron consists of two parts, namely Malpighian body and renal tubule. Malpighian body has two parts called Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, and renal tubule has three parts, namely proximal convoluted tube PCT, loop of Henle and distal convoluted tube DCT. Now let us start learning about Malpighian body. Malpighian body consists of a blind cup-shaped border end of the nephron called Bowman's capsule and bunch of fine blood capillaries called glomerulus. The afferent arteriole enters into the Bowman's capsule and divides into a network of capillaries and comes out of the capsule as afferent arteriole with lesser diameter. The bunch of capillaries is called glomerulus. Think why the diameter of the afferent arteriole is smaller than that of afferent arteriole. Because the narrower outlet afferent arteriole exerts pressure in the glomerulus. It functions as a filtration unit. Bowman's capsule, which accommodates on glomerulus, is lined by a single layer of squamous epithelial cells called podocyte cells. There are fine pores or holes between the podocyte cells which allows the passage of materials which are filtered out of glomerulus. Renal tubule. A renal tubule has three parts. First or proximal convoluted tube, PCT, loop of Henle, which is U-shaped. Second or distal convoluted tube, DCT. DCT opens into a collecting tube. Collecting tubules forms pyramids and calyces, which opens into pelvis. Pelvis leads into the ureter. All the parts of the renal tubule are surrounded by a network of peritubular capillaries formed from efferent arteriole. The peritubular capillaries join to form renal venule, which joins the other venules to form finally the renal vein. Now let us learn about the urine formation. The steps which involves in the formation of urine in nephron are glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, tubular secretion and formation of concentrated urine. First of all, we will learn about glomerular filtration. The blood which flows into the glomerulus is filtered under high pressure. As we have learnt earlier that the efferent arteriole exerts pressure in the glomerulus because of its narrower outlet. As a result, the glomerular acts as a filtration unit, and the waste materials along with some amount of water and useful substances are filtered out and are entered into the Bowman's capsule through the pores which are present between the podocyte cells, and this process is called as glomerular filtration, and the filtrate which is obtained is called as primary urine. This primary urine consists of all is equal to the blood in chemical composition except the presence of blood cells like RBC, WBC and platelets. Is transported into the PCT. Here the peritubular capillaries reabsorb the essential substances and excess water present in the primary urine. The third step is tubular secretion. After reabsorption of essential substances and water from primary urine, the urine travels through the loop of Henle. From peritubular capillaries present around the loop of Henle, waste materials which were left unfiltered in the blood during the process of glomerulus filtration are secreted into the loop of Henle. Now, the urine that reaches into the collecting tube from the loop of Henle is further concentrated in the presence of hormone called vasopressin. This process of concentrating the urine in the presence of vasopressin is called formation of concentrated urine.